Hi everyone, Renae here again from Awaken the Infinite with the third video for the blog. I'm really looking forward to spending the next bit of time with you. Hopefully it won't be as long as the second video, but we'll see. As you all know by now, I don't really use a script and I'm not big on editing. Whatever comes out today, I hope it'll serve you in some way. So today's topic, I'll be focusing on ambition and motivation, and then on the flip side of that I also want to touch on being able to relax and really enjoy the present moment. So they're two sides to the same coin, and I think to master both is so important, or important in the way that it could easily contribute a lot to your life in a positive way. So let me preface by saying originally this third video was going to be about boundary setting. The last 5 to 6 days I've been really contemplating that topic, how much it's important for our own personal space and for what we truly desire. But today I just got into a space of chopping and changing between two speeds of living. So that motivated, ambitious state, and then also dropping into enjoying the present, like allowing yourself to have nothing on the calendar or to enjoy that time that you have off, instead of going, oh, I've got 3 hours, there should be something there is something that I should be doing, because there usually is, and trapping yourself into that to never let yourself relax. So let's start on ambition and motivation. So what is motivation? Basically, for me, it's when I'm in that state of feeling inspired to take action. And sometimes we have outcomes in our mind for something that we want to achieve. For example, a small thing for me this morning was I wanted to clean my client room, make the space clear again so that I'd enjoy inviting clients back into sessions again. And to start with, I wasn't really excited to clean. Like, I was in that mindset of, oh, cleaning, got to get it done. But then I stopped and I thought, well, what is motivating me to do this? Why could I be doing this right now? And I made it bigger than what it was. So I made it fit in with my vision. So this cleaning wasn't just about making, the house tidy. It fits in with my goals and my desires. It allows me to work with clients and invite them into this space and do the work that I love so much. So I really let my heart feel into that. So I guess that was the key. I let my heart open to really remembering why I'm doing that. So always coming back to the reason, I guess, with the motivation. So when we say things like, oh, I just don't feel motivated to do it, maybe you're not tapping into the core reason as to why you're doing it. And if you can't find a core reason, that would be a good indication to look for something else maybe to fill your time with. And I'm only saying that because as you all know, I've done jobs in the past that didn't fill my heart and didn't inspire me and invigorate me. And you can't force yourself to be motivated about something that doesn't inspire and uplift you, unless, of course, you've got an outcome. For example, you're working towards a house or travel, and that really fills your cup, so to say. So, yeah, looking for that, for the reason, I guess. And if you're finding it hard to find that reason, then it could be time to think about maybe why that reason's not there. Maybe finding another route in your life that will serve a better purpose for you. So that can take you from not taking action to taking action, finding that underlying reason as to why you're doing it and really letting your heart feel into it. So I always like to add in little exercises or meditations so that you can really feel into how that might work in your life. Sometimes, for example, today my words aren't coming out as smoothly or as coherently as they could. So hopefully, if you're not quite getting anything from this video yet, hopefully the exercises can give you your own personal experience around how to create motivation within your body using what you already have within. So think about a situation, if you'd like to. Think about a situation in your life that you would like to be motivated about. Maybe you have some upcoming errands to run. For example, it's tax time. Maybe you've got to do your taxes. Maybe you have to clean your client room. Maybe you have to do a big shopping day or something for things around the house. Anything at all. Maybe jobs at work that you find more tedious. So thinking of that one or two things. Hopefully one thing will be easier to work with, and just have that in your mind, clear in your mind what that is, and acknowledge and accept any resistance that comes up in your body from focusing on that thing. So you might feel sensations in your solar plexus, just underneath your heart, maybe frustration or anger or annoyance, or you might be getting some anxiety or some stress around that thing as well. So we're really allowing that to be there, and we'll start off by releasing any resistance to start with. So we're acknowledging where those emotions and sensations are coming from, all that resistance perhaps. And we're sitting behind it in our awareness, so we're anchoring into our body, breathing deeply into our body. So all we're doing is focusing on the feelings in our body, dropping out of the mind as much as possible, feeling into the body, acknowledging where that resistance or those feelings are, sitting behind them now, and letting them expand and move as they wish to expand and move. So we're releasing these sensations from our body. So you might feel that they're moving, maybe they look different, maybe they feel different. And stick with this process, stick with this sitting behind sensations of resistance. Even if it gets uncomfortable or maybe they're feelings that you've not experienced before, we can shift any emotion in our body this way as long as we're not attached, as long as we're not judging or analysing with our mind. So we're staying in our body, anchored in our body, focusing on the breath or focusing on the chair or the cushion underneath you. So something physical to anchor yourself into as you're shifting these feelings of resistance. Letting them expand now, even imagining that they can expand beyond the confines of your skin, so you're giving them even more room. Maybe you can imagine these sensations in some way or form beyond your skin, so when they're going beyond the skin, they should release even more easily. And as mentioned earlier, not attaching, not judging, not trying to understand, moving all of those sensations from the body. Even you can imagine pulling them out of the body slightly with your hands, if that gives a bit of momentum to the release, or running your fingers up and down those sensations so that you can imagine them kind of separating and spreading out and releasing more easily. Even tensions and sensations in the mind can be released this way, and the key to that is focusing again on your physical body, focusing on your breath or the feeling of the cushions or the chair underneath you. Not attaching or analysing these sensations or tensions in the mind or in the body, giving them space to move and release. And you might even see these sensations or feel these sensations move out through the crown of the head. Maybe smiling in your mind or in the muscles in your face. It helps with the release, so we're not resisting the process of release. And lastly, you might like to imagine that there's a suction or a pulling force above your head that can take these sensations and emotions of resistance. So let those go now. Like a big gush of energy is rolling through your body from the base of your spine all the way up, like a white light maybe, or a sensation of wind or water or cleansing coming out through the crown of the head. And remembering to smile in the mind, in the mouth. Take a nice big breath, releasing all of that air from your body that you don't need. Tuning into where there might be any residual sensation that didn't shift. So we're breathing into that space and we're releasing that from our body. So just noticing and observing how your body feels different from where you began to where you are now. Even if it's not shifted completely, you can continue to work with that technique in your own time or at any point in your life, any emotion, not just for resistance. So from this point, you might be feeling a little bit clearer. You still have that task or that activity in your mind that you know you need to complete, and we'll now be thinking about how we might be motivated about this. What could possibly be motivating us? So if it's a day-to-day task that you find challenging, how can you make this bigger than that? How can you incorporate that into a larger vision for yourself? So for me, the clearing of the healing room was actually part of my grander vision for where I want to take my business and how many people I want to help. Maybe cleaning the kitchen could be, I want to be able to have a clear, nurturing space for my family where I can really enjoy, cooking meals together, etc. So the key really is finding that core emotion in your heart, ideally, that you can let run this activity. So for tax time, of course, there's resistance to that, or not of course, for me there is, and for many people. But what is that actually about? Maybe it's that feeling of achievement after you've done that and gone, oh my gosh, like I've done that. I've done the thing that I thought was really challenging and really hard. And let your heart remember what achievement feels like as you're doing that. Or maybe letting your heart remember, or maybe letting your heart feel gratitude for the work that you've done in the last 12 months. Thank you so much for those opportunities that have come into my life so that I can live the life that I want or have some choices in my life. So yeah, really cultivating core emotional states that will support you to do those tasks. And if you do have any questions about cultivating motivation or finding a motivation, please comment. Please send through a message. Would love to chat more about that, and hopefully you found that first half of the segment helpful. We're going to be flipping to the other side of the coin now, the relaxing after you've been in a momentum state. I might actually just quickly mention before moving on, the difference between these two things, or something that I like to think about, is the level of vibration in our cells that is happening when we're motivated. So when we're motivated or excited or joyful or peaceful, happy, any high vibrational state, our cells are vibrating much quicker in our body, and we can feel that tangibly. We can feel the tingling on our skin. We can feel the expansion in our heart, or the sensation of us, ourselves growing larger or feeling larger. So when you're feeling stuck, and maybe it's not just about a task or an activity. Maybe, you've had a slow morning or a slow day, a slow week, and you can't seem to get your own momentum rolling. Think about your body as, anything else in the universe. The scientific theory of inertia, basically. So when something is completely stopped or stable, like with all of our cells, maybe they're not vibrating very much. We need an active inertia in order to start rolling and increase that. So even if you don't feel like getting off the couch, or even if you don't feel like getting out of bed early in the morning, or you don't feel like making a healthy meal, or whatever that is that you don't feel like doing, know that first step is you're pushing through resistance with inertia. So hopefully that idea can help you through some of those times where you're finding it hard to motivate yourself. Remember that your body is like anything else in the universe, and inertia is required to move with momentum forward. So moving on now to relaxing, because I think that's equally as important, especially if you're a highly motivated person or someone with big goals, big desires. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you love helping people, or you're super social, or you're someone that does 100 things in one day. Maybe not, maybe you're somewhere in between the two extremes. But in any case, it's really helpful to be able to stop and slow down and appreciate the present moment, because we may only have an hour or half an hour in our day that we have to relax and to really enjoy free time, or however long you have. And I know in the past I've struggled with being able to be present with that. My mind is still thinking about the 100 things that I did that morning, or I'm thinking about the 100 things I have to do later on in the week. So it's giving ourselves permission to just be present. I won't explain any more, as I'm sure you're understanding. So for this, I'm just going to go straight into the activity, because I think that will be most helpful and enjoyable instead of hearing me rant on. So when maybe you're getting into your mind a visualization of a situation where you might have half an hour or an hour of spare time where you go, okay, this is just for me. I just want to relax. Think about where you've come from. Maybe you've had a busy day at work. Maybe you've had lots of errands to do around the house, or lots of family to see, or lots of events to jump between. Think about the state that your body is in when you've finished that, when you're at the end of that busy day. Maybe your mind is a little bit racy. Maybe your heart's beating quicker. There's a little bit of anxiety on the edge of your skin, maybe. Everything's kind of just wired, quite high and wide. And to sit down with ourselves at that point, when we only have half an hour or an hour to relax, can be sometimes uncomfortable, or sometimes it's just not worth it. I'm too excited, or I'm too stressed. I can't sit down. I can't relax. So remembering how you feel when you're busy, because that will give you a realistic experience of how to relax. So remembering those feelings, how you feel after you're busy. And then from here, we're going to be using some techniques of mindfulness to anchor our body into the present moment. So starting off by taking some nice deep breaths into the base of the stomach. We're releasing the busyness. We're releasing the stress of the day. And we're smiling in our mind, we're smiling in the muscles in our face, in our hearts, imagining that your whole body can smile now. All of the cells in your body, they're in this open state of allowing, even the space between your cells, the space around your body. So you're really cultivating that allowing, really cultivating that openness and that receptivity. And then we'll now be focusing on some elements of the present moment to further ground into present tense. So you might like to close your eyes if they're not already closed. And imagine your mind is like a clear blue sky. Really see that now. Really take the time to see the colour of that, the width of that. I always like to see a very flat blue sky in my mind. Something very calming about that being a flat sky. Spreading it out as far as it needs to go. And we're tuning into one of our senses, and we're going to start with the sensation of air on our skin. So we're telling our mind, or asking our mind, to focus on the sensations on our skin, the air maybe around your hands, on your face, just that slight breeze that we can pick up on. Maybe feeling that connection underneath, behind your back if you're on a chair, or underneath your legs, or maybe the earth underneath your feet if you're standing. Anything that you can feel physically in your body, and reminding your mind we're putting 100% attention on what we can feel on our skin, what we can feel in our experience, and allowing everything that we feel to be okay. We're not pushing anything away, we're just allowing it to be there. And moving now to the sounds in your room, all around you or wherever you are. We're allowing our mind to now focus 100% on the sounds in the room. Everything in the experience is okay to listen to, and enjoying the richness of this experience. It's very rare that we tune into one sense in this way. What can you hear? Continue to breathe at a pace and a depth that suits your body. And we're coming back out of that mindfulness practice. That was just a short spot meditation. And by now you might be feeling like your cells are moving at a much more calm rate. I know I can feel, I wouldn't say specifically cells, but it's almost as if the body has slowed down. Our mind has slowed down. And we're just going to finish off with a heart opening practice because we don't want to numb ourselves out into relaxation. We want to still feel alive. We just want to be relaxed so that we can enjoy the present moment. So we'll finish off on a heart opening practice. And just smiling in your mind again, just metaphorically, so giving our minds permission to be open and allowing, and if you can, connecting to above the crown, if that feels right for you. Smiling in the muscles in your face and activating the heart now, smiling in your heart, opening your heart. We're sitting or we're lying or standing with our shoulders back, equally left and right, so we're not holding one shoulder higher than the other. And we're holding our heart space to be open. And we're thinking of something small from our day that we can be grateful for. That busy day or that busy morning or afternoon that you had. Might be a conversation, someone new that you met, a meal shared. Maybe someone in customer service was super nice to you and made your day. Maybe learning something new, trying a new hobby, whatever that is, we're remembering in our heart what that experience gave us, what it felt like to experience that in our life. It's as if we're sending out thank you energy to the universe with our hearts. We're increasing that experience to something larger now, if you'd like to. Something bigger in your life, maybe someone that's supported you, who loves you unconditionally. Maybe an opportunity that you've had, travel that you've done, a creative project that you enjoy, being able to help other people, that can be very enjoyable. Really letting your heart feel into a larger thing in your life that you can be grateful for. Letting your heart field expand just by feeling into it, not trying to understand. Just allowing your heart space to feel grateful and allowing, open, receptive. And smiling once again in the mind, in the muscles in your face and all through your body, all around your body, in that space around your body, in your energy field. And we're giving ourselves permission now to enjoy whatever free time you have, whatever that ideal activity is. Maybe you just want to have a cup of tea and be present and really appreciate your surroundings. Maybe you're in nature, or maybe even being home, you can really appreciate that and go, wow, I have such a wonderful place to live in, or I live in a wonderful suburb. Whatever time you spend from this place, you'll be able to pick up on the little intricacies that pass us by when we're not as focused and we've got a busy mind. So I hope you really enjoyed the video today. I hope you got a lot from it, or at least a few little tips. Would love to hear your feedback. Would love to hear if it worked for you, if you have any insights. And I really look forward to connecting with you again next week. So lots of love until then. Enjoy and speak with you soon. Bye-bye.